If you've opened Autodesk Fusion recently and noticed things look different, you're not alone. Components and assembly tools now appear to be missing from the toolbar. In January 2026, Fusion introduced intent-driven workflows. It's a big change in how we think about files, moving from a one-size-fits-all approach to specialized file types. And today, I'll show you exactly how to navigate this new system so you don't get left behind. To understand these three types, let's look at a simple toy block. When starting a new design, a part design is like focusing entirely on a single block. You're not building a castle yet, you're just defining the height, the width, and the studs of this one specific piece. Part designs provide access to all of the familiar design tools across solid, surface, mesh, sheet metal, and more. Using the toy block example, you would create a new part design file for each toy block. For example, a 2x2 block would be one part design, and a 2x4 block would be a separate part design. Assembly design is the finished build. This is where you take those individual toy blocks and snap them together. In this mode, you aren't changing the shape of the blocks themselves. You're just defining the relationships using constraints or joints to assemble individual parts, resulting in a multi-part model. In computer-aided design, this is often called an assembly or subassembly. When you switch to an assembly design file, you'll notice the toolbar changes and design tools are no longer available. If we want to make changes to part designs, we can open up the individual part files as separate tabs, or we can use Edit in Place to make quick edits to these individual parts without having to navigate to a separate tab. So what is hybrid design? This is the classic Fusion experience that's been around since Fusion 360 was first introduced, and it's still a great approach for many projects. You can design your individual components and then assemble them exactly how you want, all within a single file. In hybrid design, you'll find creating new components and all the previous workflows are accessible from the toolbar, as well as the Fusion browser. It's worth noting that the term part is synonymous with component. Component was the term that Fusion 360 originally used, while part is more widely used across other industry software. If you ever find yourself in the wrong mode, don't worry. You can switch at any time without starting over. In the Fusion browser, expand the document settings. Hover over Design Type and select to convert the design type. From here, you can choose your new intent. Just keep in mind you can't convert an assembly into a part if it already contains multiple parts. This is because a part can only ever represent one item, such as our toy block. Here are 3 things you need to know to stay efficient. Every tutorial, course, or YouTube video made before 2026 uses the hybrid approach. If you're following an old lesson and things look different, switch to hybrid design to follow along. Hobbyists will often be fine using hybrid for quick projects. However, for professional or complex work, start building each item in its own part file. Your assemblies will stay cleaner and be much easier to manage over time. You can actually set your favorite type as the default. Go to Preferences, General, and change the default design type so every new file starts exactly how you want it. The 2026 update is all about making Fusion more powerful for large-scale engineering and driving easier adoption for those coming from other CAD programs. But it definitely changes the learning curve for beginners not familiar with other software. Since the workflow has changed so much, I'm thinking about refilming my popular Learn Fusion 360 in 30 Days course for 2026. If that would be helpful, let me know in the comments.